shipping across the region with no tariffs, and also the upcoming TPP. So there's a lot of pros across this region, and we'll be looking at some of the individual markets themselves. Of course, there are some challenges of operating in this market as well as any other, but we'll be looking and seeing what the governments in these countries as well as the factories are doing to be able to address some of the challenges and keep these countries competitive and moving forward. So looking at Vietnam, the #1 apparel exporter to the United States, they export $11.2 billion worth of apparel and textiles in 2011, 2.5% of the world market. 5 most popular exports: t-shirts, pants, shorts, jackets, and coats, woven shirts. They have over 3,700 factories, 2.5 million workers, average wage is $136 per month. So there's a wide variety of opportunities in Vietnam. There's really a ready supply of skilled and low-cost labor. High production efficiency. Here actually you can see one of the factories that's actually exhibiting here at Magic today, Song Hong. High production efficiency, low production cost, and really well-organized enterprises that can produce basics but also complicated styles. You can see this picture of Song Hong. They actually have 12 factories with over 7,000 employees doing sportswear, outerwear, knit, woven casuals, and home textiles. So this is just one example of really the strengths of the Vietnamese factories. Some of the challenges is that there are a lack of skilled workers with experience in technology, fashion, and management. There's a dependence on imported fabric and accessories, and there can be some limited infrastructure. However, the government of Vietnam really understands the importance of the apparel and textile industry to the economy of Vietnam, and they're doing significant investment in building infrastructure, increasing infrastructure and transportation capabilities throughout the country, as well as in training and technology management. So, with the challenges that are there, we see Vietnam really coming and rising to the occasion and addressing some of the issues that companies may face. Looking at Vietnam, garments and textiles are among 10 biggest Vietnam exports, increasing 14.4% per year. They also supply to South Korea, EU, Japan. There's a lot of foreign direct investment in Vietnam, and a lot of foreign domestic companies currently account for about 25% of the domestic industry. And this year, the industry is aiming for more than $15 billion from exports. And then we look at Indonesia, another massive market in the region, export totaling $11.3 billion in 2010. Most popular exports include suits, trousers, shirts, blouses, baby clothes, overcoats, t-shirts, lingerie. They have over 4,500 factories, 2 million workers, average wage $133 per month. Again, a lot of opportunities in Indonesia, a large, highly skilled labor pool, fully integrated domestic supply chain, and they are a producer of high-end basics. Again, here's a photo of PT Jabla Garmindo, another factory that is actually exhibiting here in the ASEAN Pavilion. They do a full range of knits, multiple yarn gauges. You can see here a photo. They have over 1,000 sets of computerized knitting, special inkjet printing machines, and automatic winding machines. So you can see the investment in technology that these factories are making as they continue to build their business. Again, there are some challenges with aging manufacturing equipment, high transportation costs, and poor infrastructure. But again, just like in Vietnam, we see the Indonesian government looking at how can they address some of these issues. And again, providing incentives for factories to invest in upgrading machinery and new technologies, and also with significant investment in transportation and infrastructure. The textile industry in Indonesia is actually huge. They do a really broad range from upstream fiber manufacturing and downstream to garment production. In terms of the textile factories, there's actually a textile training center in Indonesia called IGTC, which trains people for positions throughout the industry. And the number of people employed in the Indonesian textile industry has really been improved by the restructuring scheme by the Indonesian government, which has increased the number of employees by 61,000 and production capacity by 19%. So you already see the effects of the increased training and technology improvements that are happening in Indonesia. And we're looking forward to seeing that continue. And then, of course, there's Cambodia. Export total $4 billion in 2011. They do a lot of basics, including t-shirts, shorts, ensembles, track suits. 552 factories and 300,000 workers. There's a significant amount of new investment going into Cambodia every year, increasing the number of factories available. And so some of the opportunities in Cambodia include preferential market access to the US, EU, Canada, Japan, through trade agreements. There's really an abundance of cheap labor, and the ILO does independently monitor and report on working conditions, which is really important.